Hey guys, welcome back to Senegalese Twisted. I'm back again with another review on Maîtresse and I marié. Today I'm gonna talk about episode 18 of the second season. And okay, so the previous episode ended with Marem looking straight into the camera at the police station, and she's actually saying that she wants to file a police report against those who distributed her videos and pictures. And okay, so the 18th episode is actually starting with Marem, Jalika, and Mummy. They're about to do some sports, but before they're actually talking a bit, and it's more about Jalika and her being the mistress of a married man. And Marem is actually saying to Jalika that, you know what, nobody can force you to do something that you don't want to do. And she means that she should not take other people's opinions into consideration because, okay, so Marem actually thinks that Jalika should actually go for love, pursue Tairu and be with him and fight her way to be his woman. But on the other hand, you have Mummy, who is thinking that she shouldn't because first of all, he signed monogamy and she does not want Jalika to get hurt in the end because she thinks that in the end maybe Tairu will not decide to actually divorce, which is actually true because we see that he does not want this divorce at all. And so they're just talking, and Marem is, you know, one extreme and Mummy is the other extreme, and Jalika is somewhere in the middle because she cannot make up her mind, because if she follows her heart, she will go with whatever Marem says because she wants Tairu, she loves him, she is in love with him. But when she follows her mind, she will be following Mummy because she does not want to do that to another woman, and it's not something that she would do. And that is basically what this scene is about. But at one point, I do think that whatever Marem is saying is a bit harsh because she's saying that, you know what, you should do whatever it is that you want because people will talk to you like one day, 1 week, 1 month, but eventually everyone will go back to their lives. And I think that she's just talking about whatever it is that she has experienced with her naked pictures and videos and whatever. And then you have Mummy, who's like the angel on the shoulder, who is saying that, you know what, Marem and I have actually been through this, and you can see that we're not still with the people that we used to be the mistresses of, and we do not want you to make the same mistake as we did. And that is really what Mummy is thinking about. And then Mummy is actually trying to get Marem to her side because she's saying that, you know what, no matter what you say, it's not like that because first of all, he signed monogamy. And whenever Mummy says that, Marem is like, ooh, that is something else. But I think that eventually she thinks it's really important that whatever Jalika does, she does it because she wants to do it and not because she wants to follow whatever society says, whatever Mummy says, or even whatever Marem says. And after the exercise, Mummy is actually taking Marem apart and actually telling her that, you know, you should talk to Jalika, and I'm so scared that she'll get hurt and that she needs to really think about what she's doing. And Marem is like, but why? She's a grown-up woman. She knows what she wants. Let her just do whatever she wants, and she wants to be with him, so let her just be. And she's actually saying to Mummy that, you know what, you shouldn't mind, you should mind your own business. It does not concern you. And why are you even concerned? Because weren't you the person that was, you know, the mistress of her dad? And then Mummy's like, yeah, but that was not the same at all. And I think that she's thinking about the fact that Jalika's dad told her that he and his wife were actually finalizing their divorce. And she also points out that, you know what, it's not the same because this guy actually signed monogamy, meaning that he, even if he, you know, gets in a relationship with Jalika, that can be used against him on paper because he signed monogamy. In the next scene, you see that Jalika's mom is eating, and then someone rings the doorbell, and it's Tyru. Jalika's on the couch, and okay, so he's just saying that, you know what, I do need to explain, and before I go, I want you to know whatever is on my mind. And Jalika's already like, you know what, you don't need to explain because, you know, I didn't ask you for an explanation. And eventually she does ask him, you know, like, why? And he's like explaining, well, he's trying to explain, but Jalika does not let him, because she's like, why do you want to explain so much? Because do you think that your version of, you know, what happened is gonna make me feel better? Is it gonna be better? And I'm actually really disappointed because I believed in you and I thought that you were the one for me, because you actually made me believe in life again. And I thought you were going to be the one that was going to make me reconcile with myself. And you know that I don't open my heart easily, and whatever happened, you know, it happened. And she's saying that, you know what, it was God's plan and everything happens for a reason. However, she does expressed that she was so hopeful for them. She had some projects and she was really, you know, invested in it, and she was genuine. And she tells him that, you know, you were there when I was, you know, sick, and you saw me actually overcome that, and I thought that you and I would have a future. And she also ends up saying that, you know what, I'm not gonna shout at you, I'm not gonna fight you, and I'm not gonna call you any names. She's just saying that, you know what, you're not worth it, and whatever happened is done. It happens for a reason. And she's actually urging him to actually go and see his family. He's actually saying that, you know what, I'm actually not a liar. And I don't really, it's like trash. And he's saying, I'm not a liar. I have never cheated on my wife. I have never beat her. And I have never lied to her. And there's just something about you that, you know, made me get into this position. And I don't know what it is about you, but if I could, I would remove it. And Jalika was saying to him that, you know what, if you just want to ease your mind, or if you're just saying this to make yourself feel better, then just go home and sleep on it. And you know what, like I said, I don't hold anything against you. I'm not here to fight. I'm not here to scream at you. I'm not here to insult you. But I'm also not a psychologist, because I'm not going to listen to other people's problems. I have enough problems of my own. And no matter how hurtful this whole situation is or has been, one day we won't even remember it. And I just want you to live your life and go. And then he goes. But he goes to sit next to her and tell her that, you know what, I was really genuine with my feelings, and I really was into it. And she's saying that she was really into it as well. And then he ends up saying that he really, really loves her. And I'm like, I mean, you gotta make a choice. Do you want to be with Dalanda, or do you want to be with Jalika? The like, for me, the choice is simple. And I would say that Tairu really does not want to be with Dalanda, but that's mostly because of what has happened before this whole ordeal. So based off of that, I think that he just wants to keep Dalanda, but only the idea of what they constructed together, and you know, to feel something that's so familiar, just like her. Then we have a scene where Jalika has a heart-to-heart with her mom, and her mom is actually warning her by saying that, you know what, Jalika, you need to take a good look at what you are doing. And she's just saying that because Jalika is actually involved with a married man, and her mom is like, you know what, you need to really think about what it is that you're doing and also what it is that you want, because if I could, I would redo my life. Because look at me, I was young and I was a home wrecker, but I really believe that whatever I did then is still haunting me today. Just look at you. Maybe it is even transferring from me to you, because even your life is still a mess. And I think that Jalika's mom really feels guilty, because she has been saying this since season 1, that whatever has happened in Jalika's life, that she feels guilty about it just because she used to be a mistress of a married man. And she's saying that Jalika really needs to think about whether love is worth ruining your own life for, and whether it's worth it to ruin someone else's life. And her mom is actually saying that it's not worth it. In the next scene, you see that Siaka is out eating with Mommy, and Mommy's actually, you know, about to go to work, I believe, and she wants to pay, but Siaka is like, what are you doing? Keep your money to yourself. I am financially stable enough to, you know, pay for our outings. And she's just saying that she's an independent woman and that she can pay for herself. But okay, so she leaves. But before she leaves, she walks into Dalanda, and Dalanda is with Ancha, but Ancha is actually already going to get them a seat. So she's with Dalanda and they're like, hey, how are you? I'm fine. How are you? How is your friend? And Mommy's saying that her friend is actually stressed out by the idea of actually taking her husband to court. And Dalanda is saying that, yeah, I can understand that, but hopefully that will go away soon, and I'm sure that will pass. So then she says goodbye to Mommy, and then she sits down with Ancha and they have a conversation. Ancha's actually saying to Dalanda that, you know, this is the guy, do you see him? He's the one. And she has a crush on Mommy's boyfriend, Siaka. And actually Dalanda is encouraging her to go and speak to him. She's like, well, he's alone. Why don't you just go talk to him? And she's like, I can't. You know I can't. And she's saying that, you know what, maybe he's single, and just check him out. I mean, everything can be possible. But Ancha is actually really doubting herself, and she does not want to go and talk to him. So she turns around the conversation with one simple question: how is the situation at home? How is our husband? And Dalanda shares that, you know, he is doing effort. He spends a lot more time with the girls, and he is actually working way less, and that's a good sign. And Ancha then asks, like, yeah, so how are you two guys? And Dalanda's like, you mean intimately? And she's saying that, well, actually, I'm not really into the intimacy with Tairu. And yeah, so it's like Ancha is saying that, you know what, you should actually open up to him, and it's really important for couples to be intimate. And you know, he made a mistake. It's not, she's not saying that it's not bad, but she's making it seem less bad than Dalanda experiences it. So Dalanda tells her that, you know what, it's not, he did not make a mistake, but he is actually in love with her. So she's actually just emphasizing the fact that, you know what, he did not just cheat with a random woman, he actually fell in love with one. And then she's also saying something that makes really good sense, because she's saying, so the thing is that if I hold him at home, or if I don't divorce him and he'll stay with me, then he'll be there physically, but his heart will be somewhere else. So I think that Dalanda is just saying that, you know what, I need to release him so he can be the best version of himself and actually be where his heart is. And I think that that is something really, really important to realize. And I think that men should realize this more often, especially when it comes to countries in where, for example, the men have the ability to actually have the last word on whether or not they can divorce. So for example, if it was the other way around, where Dalanda wanted the divorce but Tairu didn't, he should look at the fact that, you know what, this woman, she might be here, but not all of her belongs to me as, you know, a partner, and she's not 100% here with me. So why would I want someone who's half there? And I think that that realization of Dalanda, or, you know, her speaking it out on national television in Senegal, is really something, because I think that people need to realize that. And I think that Ancha could not accept this, because she was like, you know what, you need to give him a chance. He's your man. You need to get your man back, and you need to reclaim him and just give him a chance. Everybody makes mistakes, blah 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 blah. And the only thing that Dalanda says is, you know what, I'll think about it. Then the detective, Inspector Camara, comes to talk with Jalika's mom again about Bakary Sagna, and he's actually, you know, I think that he really thinks it's weird that his own wife does not want this case to be closed or to find out about what happened to him. So he's just saying that, you know what, you're his wife, and that's why I'm here, and it is like a courtesy to you as his wife to, you know, get an update on the police investigation. And then she's like, you know what, I'm gonna call his child, Jalika. And she calls Jalika, and they greet each other. And she's actually asking the detective, like, do you guys have some news? Have you found him? And he's like, no, but we did find the person that was the car belonged to, that did the hit and run. And we are still looking for your father and to find out what happened, but we did not come any far. And he's also mentioning Rakiso, and he's asking Jalika whether and her mom whether they know her, and the mom is like, no, I've never heard of that name. And Jalika's like, Rakiso. She's saying that the name is, you know, it sounds familiar, but she can't place it. So the detective is like, you know what, it doesn't matter, because I just came here to announce that the case of your father is officially opened, and I want you to know that whoever had, you know, a hand in any of this will get caught, and I wish you guys a good day. In the next scene, you have the twins, and they're actually at an arcade, and they're just, you know, driving. And it's actually really cute because they're just teasing each other like, today you're gonna know who is better at this, and it's actually quite fun. And at one point, Amina comes in and she wants to play, and one of the twins is like, you want to play? And she gives up her seat. And then they start talking about Amina because they're like, oh my gosh, she's so cute, actually I want a sister. And then the other twin is like, yeah, mom and dad should have a baby. And then the other's like, no, that will never happen because they are getting a divorce. And then the scene switches to Biram and Jalika, and Biram is actually kind of teasing Jalika and saying that, you know what, if you want to scream, if you want to shout, if you want to hit something, you know what, or even if you need a shoulder to lean on, you can just use mine and I'll be here for support. And it's actually really annoying. And because he's just coming with his fake consolations, and Jalika is really sick and tired of it, and she's like, you know what, Biram, if you're here for this, then you can just go, I'm just gonna find my child. And then she joins the twins and Amina as they're playing, and they actually have a really cute interaction. And she's looking at the twins and she's like, oh my god, are you guys really twins? And they're like, yeah, we are, but I'm more beautiful. And then the other one is like, no, I'm more smart. And Jalika's like, no, you are both equally intelligent and really beautiful. And then they ask like, is this your daughter? And she's like, yeah, she's my daughter. And then they ask like, why doesn't she talk? And she's like, oh well, she's different, but you know what, I've always wanted to have beautiful twins. And then they're like, really, you can actually adopt us? And she's like, really? And then the other one is like, yes, because our parents are getting a divorce. And then Biram comes in and they call him Uncle Biram. And they actually go out to play the basketball thingy, and Jalika's looking at him like, okay, but of course Biram is Mr. Salt to Injury, and he's like, oh, you don't recognize their faces? They don't seem familiar to you? And he's like, these are the twins of Dalanda and Tairu. And guess who walks in? Dalanda and Tairu. And everything is in slow motion, but it is pure gold. Thank you guys for watching. Episode 18 of Maîtresse and I was juicy, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I really want to know what is going to happen in episode 19, and I can't wait to tell you guys about it. So definitely check me out on Instagram at Senegalese Twisted, senegalese-twisted.com for my blog posts, pictures, and everything else. And I hope everyone is actually surviving the corona stuff and does not have any problems with work, working from home as well, staying at home, social distancing, guys. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.